Hello, this is Mark from I Am Organic Gardening, located in Zone 6B, and today is Monday, May 7th. I'd like to start this video off in saying a huge thank you to everybody that wrote in and gave me comments of what to do in our second raised bed here and gave me suggestions. What a lot of people came up with is, instead of adding the winter rye, we're going to be planting up a legume like the sugar snap peas like we did before. And it's the same variety, and we're going to be adding that into the top of soil. So I'm going to follow the same procedures and I'll show you, but also I want to show you a couple of facts also too that is very important. And I want to thank the other part of the comments that were suggesting about how to add another nitrogen source in there to make it work to some extent, but also too, I want to show you just quickly here, in the weeds that are growing already in the hard clay, this is lamb's quarter. You can see the color of that already. So there's got to be some kind of nitrogen in the soil. Now, a lot of people come up to mind and say, you know, that's a weed, it doesn't need a lot of nitrogen. Well, that weed grows about 7 to 8 feet tall. And this one is called lady's finger, and I know that grows about the same height too, and that will grow anywhere from 4 to 5 feet tall, but have a radius about, let's say, or diameter of the bush when it's done, about anywhere from 5 to 6 feet also too. So that's a lot of nitrogen growing inside those weeds and getting an established root system. So that's what I'm very curious about. How come we don't get vegetables so grow in the same spot? So here we have our hard clay soil right again here too. It's a small example. So what's on that soil right now is millions and billions of bacteria, just bacteria growing on it, and pretty much no fungus or fungi. Now what the wood chips does is incorporating in the soil will help promote the fungi. So when you have a more balance of bacteria and fungi in your soil, that's when the vegetables want to grow. That's why weeds grow in soil that's hard clay, because they want certain things that are, let's say, an area that's pretty much high in bacteria. They don't want a high fungal thing. It's not as much. Let's say you're going to get more weeds growing in a high dominated bacteria soil than you will in a fungal soil. You will also get weeds in a fungal soil too, but not as much. Now here's a fun fact. When your clay gets wet, you notice it gets very slippery. The reason for that, because it has so much bacteria on it, and it's bacteria dominated, that bacteria, how it stays in place on there, it releases a gum to stick onto the clay particles itself, and that's what you're feeling, that sliminess. That's the same example that, let's just say, this might be a little gross for some people, but it happens to all of us, is that when you go to brush your teeth in the morning, they feel slippery. That's the bacteria in your mouth doing the same thing. It's that slippery part of the bacteria holding onto your teeth that causes it to be slippery in the morning, because you wash it away, and now that bacteria is coming back and also sticking back onto your teeth again, and to hold it in place, it's exuding gum. And that's the sticky part or the slimy part. So first we'll dump the wood chips down like we did before. Now we'll add our soil. Now we'll rototill it in. Now we're going to add the dwarf sugar snap peas on top of the soil. Again, a nice generous supply of sugar snap peas. But this time I'm going to rake them in, just to cover them up a little bit more, get some soil contact with them. Like so. And then we'll put our wood chips on top. So what I am going to do this time is to water the raised beds. now everything is completed. When I put the wood chips on top, I'm only adding about maybe a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch of wood chips, just lightly covering the soil so when it rains it doesn't wash away or have a problem with it. Again, I want to thank you very much for everybody writing in and anybody that was watching too. You guys are the best in the world. I appreciate it all the time. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe. And I will see you again very shortly. Thanks for all your help. Thanks.